Huh? 19. I'm assuming they were not informed. We're ready? All right. Good morning. Calling to order the regular meeting of the Jackson City Council. Today's date is June 2nd. The time is approximately 10:03 a.m. I kindly ask that you please silence your phones. We will begin with the invocation by Reverend Jill Barnes Buckley of Northminster Baptist Church, Ward 1, and then I'll invite Vice President Vernon Hartley to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Thank you. Mr. President, distinguished members of the council, guests, I'm honored to open today's council meeting in prayer. Thank you for the invitation. Would you please join your hearts with mine as we pray together? Gracious and holy God, you have given us a grand vision of the future you want for us, where the wolf and lamb lie down together, where your people enjoy the fruits of their labors, where your children don't war against one another, and where everyone lives a long and full life. It's a beautiful vision, and it's something we long for: peace, prosperity, and plenty for absolutely everyone. But too often it feels like just a dream, even though you have promised it, and Jesus insisted that it could be present, at least in part, in the here and now. So much of our world is broken and in disrepair. So much of our city is broken and in disrepair. But that's one reason why what happens in this room is so important today, isn't it, Lord? Your vision is so much bigger than any one of us, and we won't get closer to realizing it unless we can create and maintain local systems that make flourishing possible. All of us who live and work here need good systems to do the things we can't do as individuals. We need the leaders in this room to act on our behalf and on your behalf. So help all of us, but especially this council and this leadership, to hold your vision as our North Star today. In these hours of meeting, help all of us, but especially this council, to open to your love and presence and action within, so that in every conversation, every decision, we get a little closer to the healing and wholeness you have waiting for us. For the mayor and his team, for Mr. Foote, Ms. Clay, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Grizel, Mr. Hartley, Ms. Brown-Thomas, and Mr. Parkinson, I ask for courage, clarity, insight, and wisdom to do what is right and good. I pray for protection for them and their families in these fractious times, and that you would bring to each of them something in which they find true joy and delight. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Reverend Barnes Buckley, for that wonderful invocation. Okay, again, I'm going to ask that we please silence our phones, take necessary steps to please silence your phone.
Mr. Mayor,
Colleagues, are there any opening statements?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a shout out to Ms. Jill Buckley and her team at Stewpot that do such a great work for the city of Jackson. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Colleagues, we're going to go ahead and begin with public comments. We have 5 non-agenda items and 5 agenda items. And I think we have 1 in waiting. And so the rules for the road, public comment is only 3 minutes. At the 2.5-minute mark, you'll receive the yellow flag from the clerk, and then you will get At the end of your 3 minutes, you'll receive the red flag, and at that time, we kindly ask that you cease public comment. If you need to see someone from the administration, I think Ms. Perline and others are here, and we kindly ask that you visit in the foyer at that time, okay? First, we have non-agenda items. Ms. Shante Wallace, wrongful arrest, mental health.
How are you doing today, this morning? My name is Shante Wallace, and I was here speaking at the city councilman's meeting on April the 7th. And it's impossible that I had a warrant out for my arrest for contempt of court in 2017 when I was a police officer for the city of Jackson. And I was in jail for a whole month. And the only way I got out of jail is I spoke to the warden. I asked to speak with the warden, and Deputy Fields is the only one that said you shouldn't be here because I never committed a crime in my life. Never committed a crime in my life. And when I further investigated, my family went and got with the judge to sign a something to arrest me and do a psychiatric evaluation. But if that judge would have went deeper into it, they would have known that since this case been going on, I had a doctor to come to court. I paid a doctor to come to court. I got a cashier's check for him to close down his office to come to court. I got a physical evaluation, a mental evaluation. It was $1,300. And I got it in a cashier's check, and I also paid the doctor $10,000, Dr. Gouda, to close down his office because CPS would not subpoena him. And my career is on the line with this mental illness. But my family went to the Judge Hicks to tell them all of this information. And when the doctor got in front of Judge Hicks to be my character witness, she stated to the doctor, does Wallace usually have pay people for favors? Now, if you're getting a cashier's check and you're told the judge that I got this cashier's check to clear my name so I can get my son back because this doctor is my character witness. Now, this is not the only mental evaluation that I've had. I had about 5 of them that I paid $1,300 for, and all of them was fine. And my son is still in the custody with my mom. She's 81 years old, and the police officers got involved with this. JPD officer Sharon Jordan is 100% involved in this. And I done reached out to the mayor, and I reached out to the chief, and to no avail. No one has talked to me. Now, that is a serious accusation when you say someone is mental, especially when they had a doctor to come to court to be their character witness to say they were fine, and it's still going on. Thank you. I'll be at the next meeting.
Thank you. Next, we have Felicia Tripp, request for impact study, Ward 3 upcoming developments. Felicia Tripp. Felicia Tripp. Okay. If she's not here, we'll go ahead and take Ms. Judy Evans.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Council and Mayor. I'm Judy Johnson Evans, and I'm here on behalf of Shop Delta Harvest, Mississippi. It is a group that have come together to bring produce and food sources to our community. It will start this Thursday, June 4th, from 2:00 p.m. to 7:00 p.m. at the Jackson Medical Mall, which is located at 350 West Woodrow Wilson, Jackson, Mississippi. And we want all of the community to come. You know, we say that we don't have food, we have a food desert in our city, and this would be a good way for families to get wholesome food. You can place orders online at shopdeltaharvest.com up to tomorrow. And this is each Thursday from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. And you can go online for that email address and place your orders through tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. Otherwise, you can pick them up at the curbside on the Medical Mall side by Piccadilly.
Can you repeat that website again?
Shopdeltaharvest.com. You can just show up as well as place online orders.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Judy. Next, we have Consuela Shell Williams. Questions, JPD, give out permits for panhandling, soliciting $25. Ms. Consuela Shell Williams here. Okay, Sabrina Boswell, data centers.
Hi, good morning, City Council members.
Good morning.
My name is Sabrina Boswell, and I'm the co-chair for Central Mississippi Democratic Socialist of America. I'm also a resident and worker within Jackson, Ward 7. I'm here today to speak on possible data centers being developed in our city and to urge the City Council to reconsider a moratorium on these developments. The hyperscale data centers being developed in communities across the country have been widely documented to have disastrous effects and broken promises. We know this could create more air pollution and threaten public health. We know that this could strain and pollute water systems more. We know this could generate noise, and we know the economic benefits promised are to be questioned. Within Jackson, we're still struggling with water, infrastructure, and air quality. So recklessly allowing a data center in our city seems like a great example of trying to choose profit over people. Now, I know my neighbors, and we've been talking to community, and a data center in Jackson is extremely unpopular. I've also talked to people outside of my community. I know in Memphis, there are the promises of water replacement systems already being abandoned, and I wonder what else will be abandoned here. Who will pay for the residents affected in their medical bills? Who will clear this site when it becomes yet another empty warehouse? Who will be responsible for the future generations that have showed up in number today? At the last meeting, the vote on a moratorium was tabled due to legal confusion and council members needing more time. Well, now is a chance to not only reconsider the moratorium on this, but also go through the proper procedures. This is not something that we can rush like we've seen in South Haven, Mississippi. And to quote Council Member Kevin Parkinson, the South Haven example is the worst example in the country. They jumped the gun on that. Many people in Jackson do not want a data center right now, but they do want a moratorium to allow for more time so that there can be regulation and transparency here. And I wonder if it was too early to vote on moratorium before, when will it be too late? Thank you.
Thank you. Laretha Wells, Brown Bottom, Ward 3. Laretha Wells, Brown Bottom, Ward 3. Laretha Wells.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir?
thank you.
She's making her way.
Ms. Wells called my office. And they were concerned, Chief. Is this Ms. Wells? Okay, here, all right, Ms. Wells.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My concerns is with my neighborhood, Cottage Grove. We have a street that is a cancer in the neighborhood, and we need some help.
President,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Ms. Wells called my office. We ride through those neighborhoods over off of Vernon Addition. Brown Bottom is the old area where the cows and the buns were. But dope dealers and all kind of criminal activity, from prostitution to gambling and everything else that's taking place. And Chief, she really need the police department help. I can't wait till we start talking money and budget, because we're gonna get you those drones. Those drones will make the job a lot easier to see what's going on. There's a new pastor in that area. We're gonna meet at his church. And Ms. Wells, we glad that you took the initiative to come to City Hall, because a lot of people call, but they scared. And anytime these dope boys open like they're open over in your area, and gambling and prostitution and black, white, young and old, then something need to be done. Have I said anything wrong about what's going on over there?
No, sir, you haven't. Everything you're saying is true. People are scared. I'm scared now, but God is my protector, because if you speak out, people retaliate. But I can't live in fear. We're trying to do what we can do to bring back the neighborhood. The police sits and talk with the people that congregate on that street. So, I mean, it's a problem.
Well, I asked you then to give the chief a chance, because she's trying to work through a whole lot of everything. And a lot of people got used to the way it's okay for the police to talk to the dope boys and interact with them, and the citizens see them, they think it's something going on. But thank you for coming, number one, and we will have that meeting at that church, if not this week, next week.
Yes, sir.
But thank you for caring. And Chief, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Ms. Sheila O'Flaherty. Sheila O'Flaherty. Non-agenda.
Good morning, Sheila O'Flaherty. I'm talking about item 19, J-Trans service. I'm a resident of Ward 5. Thank you for saying that you're going to put this item into the planning committee today. I do believe it needs more consideration and input from the riders. I was the secretary of the Fixed Route Riders Committee for over 15 years up until COVID. What is the impact of cutting off Saturday service for J-Tran riders? First of all, we didn't get any notice that this might be considered, but where are the when are the people going to grocery shop who work Monday through Friday? How will riders get to downtown Jackson events on Saturdays? We already can't get home from the National Folk Festival. They provide a J-Tran bus for shuttles to parking lots if you come in your car, but there's no after-hours service for J-Tran riders. And a provision to end J-Tran service 1 hour earlier. We already can't go to evening city council meetings because we can't go at 6 o'clock. Now we're going to have to be down there to Union Station at 5 o'clock. Cutting off the Route 20 service is particularly problematic. It does not have to be compared with Route 70. That's an artificial thing that was done last year. It worked out well. It's only been in effect for less than 15 months. Route 20 goes over I-55. If you have a reason to go over 55, you cannot walk there, okay? So it goes to LaFleur's Bluff, it goes to McDonald's, it's near the State Library Commission. You can get your library book there. A lot of people go to the last stop and walk across the bridge to jobs. How are they going to get there? Now, on this side of the interstate, it serves St. Dominic's. I see people get out near Mary C. Jones and a community center and go out to St. Dominic's and work jobs where they stand on their feet all day. Are they going to now have to walk down from State Street? Well, if there's no 20, they will. It serves the VA. Are we going to ask veterans to walk in from State Street? Are we going to ask people who work with veterans to walk in from State Street and then walk back to State Street? They might not be able to do that. So I'm glad it's going into a committee. I hope that you listen to the J-Tran riders. They are your constituents. I thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, now,
President?
yes, sir.
Could we request Ms. O'Farrell to give us that information in writing, all the councilmen? That way we'll have something to judge and everything. I know 3 minutes is not enough time to say everything that you want to say. Could you please put it in writing let's get it to council members. That way, everyone will understand exactly what you're saying.
Councilman Hartley is gonna work on that. They have a really good relationship. He's gonna help get that information for us. All right, colleagues, we're gonna now move to the agenda items. Same rules apply. Next, we'll hear from Ms. Jackie Warren Tatum, item 14.
Please don't count this on my 3 minutes. We can't hear you back there.
You can't hear me?
The sound is not loud
They're
enough,
working-
and
they're
we're
working
here
on
to hear you.
She's working on it now.
Good deal.
But to your point, though, please pull the mic to your mouth. All right.
Now, I needed that.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I don't know how to do this. Can you hear me?
You're perfect.
I'm Jackie Warren Tatum, an almost 35-year resident in the Fondren that invigorates community, creativity, entrepreneurship, inclusiveness, diversity, safety, and a quality of life that makes us all proud. And per agenda item number 14, Fondren businesses have helped pay their own way. I love my Fondren and have serious concerns about the effect to our Fondren of any rezoning of 5 parcels of land for an AI data center up on Forest Avenue. And I attended the zoning hearing on the 22nd. Afterwards, I drove along Forest Avenue. And I passed homes, many of which looked like those in Fondren, and a church, and a school, and a preschool, and stretches of empty land and vast energy easements with tall electrical stands. Reputable reports are that among other hazards that data centers bring, they use enormous amounts of electricity, reducing the availability of electricity to Fondrenites and raising our cost. I question the actual cost in dollars to our Fondren folks and Jacksonians in Mississippi of the proposed Forest Avenue Extension Data Center, and I plead for complete transparency to the citizens that you serve regarding any monetary incentives, consideration, and our taxation breaks given them. This is a tough time we're living in, and any kind of money going to possibly dangerous projects is unacceptable. I realize that regulations for the data center can be helpful, but I also realize that timely, I stress timely, addressing of anything that a data center does that is inconsistent with our best interest may not be as fast as we need. Now, I am not against scientific progress. I support it, coupled with financial responsibility and adequate environmental protections. Right out of high school, I saw scientific progress up close. As a stenographer for civilian and military engineers at Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, in a building that sat in front of the test stand of the rocket that sent the folks to the moon, I went down the hall and watched the first American go up in space in 1961, Alan Shepard. I'm an entrepreneur. I hung my law office shingle up in Tipper County in 1980, and I have worked 8 years in financial services, hold my Series 6, 6, 3, and 7 securities license. I understand at least some of the challenges that you face, because as a special assistant AG under Moore and Hood, I spent many years with agencies and represented boards and commissions. And I thank you for your service and all you do and all you have done, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Who ward are you in?
Pardon?
Who ward are you in?
Well, now look here.
There
Am I
you
supposed
go.
to be
There you
bragging?
go. There you
Is-
go. There you
Now look here, wait a minute. Now-
go. Stop being timid.
Miss
You
Jackie.
my ward.
Now,
Thank you.
now wait a minute. Now look here. Don't you think maybe we ought to sit down and talk?
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. The next 3 items are public comments on item 19, Lee Cole. Lee Cole. Lee Cole. Okay. Mick Hintz. Mick Hentz. Mick Hentz. Scott Crawford. Scott Crawford. I know he was here yesterday. All right,
Mr.
we're gonna go
President.
ahead.
Mr. President.
Yes.
I spoke with Scott Crawford after yesterday's work session and assured him that all action taken would be transparent and deliberate. And as to the comments that were made this morning, that we needed to hear from the riders and we needed
Right.
to evaluate the various positions to try and do what is best to serve our citizens. Dr. Crawford appreciated that I spoke with him. I took his phone number and I committed to follow up with him. Ms. O'Flaherty, I didn't talk to her, but he spoke for her and others who needed to be in the room to have small group discussions. So thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Ms. Alice Tisdale, item 28.
Good morning,
Good morning.
city leaders. Congrats, Mayor, on your approaching first year. I pray that it will be your toughest. If you need anything, want anything, Deanna's got you. And if Deanna has you, I got you. Peter, condolences again on Anthony. I come to you with the blessings of my daughter, Deanna, and Medgar Evers' daughter, Rena. What I'd like to see happen, I went to the library board last week, and Charles Tisdale never did the work to have something named for him. I thank Kenneth so much for his fight to get the Charles Wesley Tisdale Library. But I know Kenneth knows that Tisdale would want the other libraries to have upgrades and to be reopened. So my proposal is that the community room at the Medgar Evers Library be named for Charles Tisdale. And the monies allocated for the Tisdale Library be put across the board to the libraries that need the help. All the money doesn't need to go to reestablish a Tisdale Library. That's not what he lived for. That's not what he worked for. So the library has to decide. But I think that you can help encourage them that any money you have for the Tisdale Library will be used for all the libraries that are in need of help. That is my desire. Rena is excited about it. My daughter is in agreement. And so that is the proper thing to do, is to take the money and let's make all our libraries sufficient. Thank you.
Wonderful,
Mr.
thank you.
President.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Tisdale, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Chaverson, could someone give us an accounting, excuse me, of how much money we have for the Tisdale Library? It was closed. There was some insurance money that no one never saw or heard about. Then it was sold, so where's that money at? And that's what she's speaking about, the money that is already allocated for the Tisdale Library, that it should be utilized for all libraries. All of a sudden, nobody can tell us where the money's here, there, anywhere, but we know that it was closed. We know that it had water damage, so there was insurance money, and we know somebody bought it. So somewhere down the line, some money ought to be in a bank for the Tisdale Library. Now, I have this item on the agenda for other issues to talk about. I won't talk about that, but to put Priscilla Teal on the board, we've been begging for years and years to get Ward 3 representation, and we can't get anyone on the board. We closed at Medgar Evers Library because we don't have a board member. And the city of Jackson paying 100% from the city, and we're paying 70% from the county. We paying for these libraries, but everybody got a library but Jackson. So something wrong with that picture, so it needs to be a new formula, something worked out. But I hope that we can find the money, somebody can tell us where the money for Tisdale Library is located. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, we're gonna go ahead now. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale, for coming today. We appreciate that. That is very thoughtful, and with the city, within the financial situation it is, that is even better. And we look forward to hoping that we will follow what you want us to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, colleagues, going to go ahead and move to consent agenda.
All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from consent agenda and considered separately.
So moved.
Second. All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. We have an introduction of an ordinance, item 11.
Ordinance of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, authorizing a community code enforcement volunteer pilot program.
So moved.
Second.
It's introduction, it's just introduction. Mr. Parkinson?
Thank you, Mr. President. Very briefly, our code enforcement process is very long and cumbersome and involves many, many, many steps. A lot of those steps have to be done by city employees, but the more we've been doing some research, we believe that a lot of those steps do not need to be done by city employees. And there are other municipalities throughout the United States that utilize volunteers for various steps of the process. There is an army of folks across Jackson who are willing to step up and assist in this way. This ordinance simply creates a vehicle for them to do so. Any volunteer will go through extensive training and be under the supervision and guidance of the planning office. So we will make sure that everything is completely done appropriately, but it just empowers the community to get involved in this work.
All right, Mr. Hartley?
Yes, and excuse me, there's been some discussions about us having a planning meeting, and I'm hoping that we can discuss that in the planning meeting along with another item, and I think Mr. Councilman Foote is over the planning, along with enforcement issues. We have lists, and we're not having, in my mind, the best compliance. We need to circle the wagons and come up with those answers to why people aren't following the law and what we need to do next with it as well. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We discussed this at the most previous planning meeting. I believe it was May 14th. And then since then, we've also had the opportunity to run this draft ordinance by both the city attorney's office and the planning office. So we're making sure that there's high levels of coordination throughout the entire process.
Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, Councilman Hartley brought a very important issue up over the weekend concerning life and death and concerning mosquitoes. And I would hope that the city as a whole would pay attention to his words of wisdom, because someone would die from a mosquito bite. And I'm hoping, Mr. Mayor, they had gone with your leadership to the old King Brother Tire on Mega Evers and had done a great job cleaning it out, but they still have a lot of tires out there on the front line. And with what Councilman Hartley told the public, they are breeding grounds for mosquitoes, and they could hurt somebody. So I hope whoever was cleaning it up, whether Public Works led the effort with your direction, that someone would go back on Mega Evers Boulevard and get the rest of those tires. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councilman Hartley.
Thank you. All right, again, colleagues, this is just an introduction, and we can debate it out at the next council meeting. That's when it falls on the agenda. All right, thank you. Let's move to claims, please.
Order approving claims appearing at pages 3272, inclusive thereon, on municipal docket of claims in the amount of $4,038,236.32 for and making appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about claims? I'm sorry. I do this a lot, don't I? Madam CFO, Larger, that phone was distracting me. I don't know who it was. Please, larger claims.
Jillian Caldwell, CFO. The four largest claims are as follows. Lewis Electric, Inc., the amount is $1,046,458.70 for the payment of the traffic signals Ellis Avenue Group A from Fund 420 MDOT CMPDD Projects Fund. The second largest claim is to AdCamp, Inc., the amount is $540,500.93 for the payment of street resurfacing project Phase 1B, draw number 10, from Fund 173, 1% Infrastructure Tax Fund. The third largest claim is to Metro Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau. The amount is $364,621.02 for the payment to transfer taxes May 2026 from Fund 203, Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau Fund. The fourth largest claim is to AdCamp Inc. The amount is $278,903.18 for the payment of street resurfacing project Phase 1C, draw number 8 from Fund 173, the 1% Infrastructure Tax Fund.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments about claims? Mr. Foote.
Thank you, Mr. President. My question is about the third item down, the transfer taxes, May 2026, $364,621. So these are taxes that we've received, and then we're sending them to the conventions, to Convention and Visitor Center? So
Yes, that's correct.
these are taxes we've received. Is this real estate taxes? What kind of taxes are they?
These are the restaurant and
Oh, these are the taxes for the additional sales tax, or the
Yes,
incremental
additional
sales
sales
tax.
tax,
So
yes.
we get them from the tax collector, I guess, or somebody.
Yes, and we're passed through
And we pass these through for them to run the convention center and all. Okay, thank you.
All right, any more questions or comments about claims? All right, Ms. Clay.
I just want to say one thing. I'm happy that we're paying for traffic signals in the city of Jackson, but I think we have a lot of traffic signals that are out, and I hope that this amount will be increased and we fix traffic signals all throughout the city, because every time you turn on a different street, there's a light blinking, and there's no reason for major intersections to have stop signs in the middle. And I saw your husband yesterday putting a stop sign out at Old Canton, so it makes no sense at all.
Mr. President?
Yeah, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. Taverson, I know we're in better shape than we're being in terms of having an audit, but this city's crying for a bond issue. We're crying, and we don't want to wait until we're near election time before it takes place. Too many streets need to be widened. Too many drainages need to be widened and paved. Our park system is, I told somebody I went to Battlefield Park and they got outdoor toilet. It's just, and I know it's not this administration or your fault. I'm not blaming anybody. What I'm saying is time for us to rise up. How soon for a bond issue have we start looking at to what degree we can have a small bond issue and what's going to be on the bond issue? Let these council members have some input on what need to happen in their wards, because people are beginning to give up because they don't see the improvement. It's a shame we're taking our children to Rankin and Madison County to parks. You know, and at one time in Jackson, they were bringing their children to Jackson to the parks. You know, when it rained, everybody getting ready for boats now because the drainage is so poor. We got to have a major bond issue. And we got to let the people know how soon it's going to come, because we cannot allow these citizens to give up on this city. And it's going to take you and this mayor leadership so that we can stop the mentality of making excuses. This we can't do, and get some can do. We must do, because they see everything around us building and moving forward. And then you come to the capital city that has more money than any city in the state of Mississippi, and we look like a second-class citizen. It ain't right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments about claims? Hearing none, all in favor?
I'm voting in favor of it because of Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Payroll.
Order approving gross payroll, including payroll deduction claims number 34268 and making appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about payroll? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. Colleagues, item 14 and item 15 are being pulled by the administration. Item 16, please.
Resolution appointing Mississippi Municipal League 2026 voting delegates for the city of Jackson.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Is there an amendment? Mr. Hartley?
Yeah, Mr. Tayerson, perhaps you can enlighten us. Is the mayor going to be present to vote? Have the city chosen?
I'm not privy to that information. I see you stepped out. I would suggest you pass this item and perhaps come back to it, Mr. President, because I assume the mayor is stepping back in.
Well, it's on the floor.
Well, I'll withdraw my second.
Okay.
Okay. What about the motion?
Something like that.
Councilman Stokes, withdraw your motion, please.
I'm going to this one.
Well, so look, so
I'm
wait a
just
minute.
joking,
You're the
Mr. President.
delegate then.
Come on. I've been dropping my motion.
Well, we don't have an item on the floor currently, but traditionally, the mayor is put up, right?
Yes.
And then one of the councilmen will serve as an alternate. Is there a rule to say that the mayor has to be the voting person? We can go ahead and take care of this.
Let it
And
go.
if he's gonna be there,
Yeah.
fine, but if not, he should just let Councilman Hartley know and Councilman Hartley go in and vote. It's nothing to
We've
reinvent.
done it over and over.
Over and
I'll,
over again.
Then I'll reinstate my second.
All right, it's been moved
Motion
and
made.
properly second. Motion's made. All right, now, is there an amendment?
Yeah, yes. I amend the mayor to be the voting delegate, and I will be the alternate.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about the amendment? Hearing none, all in favor of the amendment? 7-0. All right, so now we have the item on the floor as amended. Any questions or comments about the item as amended? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0. Very good. See, that wasn't so hard.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
We held 14 and 15. I normally do not vote for them. I normally abstain. But I think it's good what's been going on over in Frondren and Bellhaven. So now we're not holding them to kill them. I will,
Peter Tayerson, CAO. No, I was informed immediately before the meeting that administration needed to verify the calculations that are presented in these numbers. So instead of presenting calculations and perhaps having you try and amend them in real time, we have enough time to put this on the second June meeting and make sure it's correct. Yeah. No, this is the first June.
This is the date that's
The second meeting in June.
He's a lawyer. He make him say a foot.
The one that's at 6 o'clock in 2 weeks from now. Do I need to get more notice? Public?
All right, class, we got to get back to item 17.
Could, Mr. President, could we ask them to give us a rundown of some of the things they've been doing on 14 and 15? So I know they're doing a lot, and we see it. But for us to have it in front of us, it's easy for us to understand what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 17.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute a facility use agreement with Soul City Church for the management of the Mill Street Pool.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about item 17?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to get that done at the Martin Luther King pool. This young man, I wish he was here. I don't see him, a white young man who some years ago went into Mill Street and they took the pool that was closed and are getting ready to close, and they're keeping it open. The pool at Mary Jones been closed for years now. We don't care what color it is. We're asking Cherry Grove Church and a couple more churches in business to take over the Mary Jones pool, open it up, because the children deserve to have a swimming pool to relax for those who can swim, because those pools got water in it, and a kid will see that water and jump in there, can't swim after it's closed, and a kid can drown. So we need things like this. This man is doing the right thing, this organization, to help this city and help these children have somewhere to swim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank-
Mr. Parkinson?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Stokes. And I'll just quickly note, he did have a conflict today, but he did come to work session yesterday and was prepared to answer any questions. But I'll pass along your notes. He'll appreciate that.
You
And he
know,
does
wasn't
keep
that
it
long
short.
ago in my day, we had to swim in the creek.
I don't think we want to do that now.
You got to tell the truth. We had to swim, you couldn't go to the pool. That's why kids were drowning. I ain't that old, am I, Mr. Tables? Okay.
He said, leave me out of that one. All right, any more questions or comments about item 17?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I just got a question about the, next to last whereas, it says, the manager is financially responsible for excessive electricity consumption at the facilities that exceeds $10,000 as billed to the city during the terms of this agreement. I guess, does that mean that the city pays up to $10,000 and then anything in excess, the managers of the Soul City Church pay the difference? Is that what that paragraph means? I wonder why they use so much electricity. That seems like a lot of, electricity. Anyway.
Said that exceed. I don't think it exceed that much, right?
I don't know. I'm just reading what it said.
It doesn't say that it's using $10,000 in electricity or exceeds that. It says in the event that more than 10,000 was used. Let's hope they only use $3,000 or $4,000.
Okay.
And if so, the city's gonna gladly pick that up to help have a pool open.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. 18?
Order ratifying the application for the ExxonMobil Pipeline Community Grant in the amount of $8,414 and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents needed to effectuate the receipt and use of grant funds.
So moved. Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about this item?
Say 10,000. Instead of 8,000.
Hit 10,000.
Shanikia Jordan, Clerk of Council. In your packet, the header read different, so we read what was in the packet, because that's what will be reflected in the minutes.
So the 10,000 is not,
I'm not sure, I'll defer, what department is this?
Do we need to amend the header?
Can we get a copy of?
So the order's correct,
The order is correct.
but the title on the agenda is what's wrong.
That's correct.
Okay.
So she read the order from your packet, which is what we use for minutes.
so y'all will correct it.
Yes, it's technically already correct, because we use what's in the packet for the minutes, not the agenda.
Okay.
Yes.
I swam in the creek, but they told us how to read, you know?
Any more questions or comments about this item? All right, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. Item 19 is going into the planning committee. Item 20 has been pulled.
Whoa.
Item 21. And there's a substitution, I think, right?
Yes, sir. Sandra Moncure, Office of the City Attorney.
Can't hear you, Attorney Monkey.
Sandra Moncure, Office of the City Attorney. The motion is just to substitute the orders. The initial order that's in your agenda packet that you initially received is a little narrow when it comes to grounds that we want to look at to terminate. The order that I'm asking you to substitute with today gives me the authority to terminate the agreement and let me look at all the grounds for termination that may be possible. And so it's just kind of changes the grounds to the sense to give us more flexibility when we go and terminate the agreement.
And each council member has a copy of that substitution, correct?
Should. Here they are right here. I handed some out yesterday, but you can pass those out too.
Could I ask a question?
One second, Councilman.
We need to get the item on the floor.
We're gonna get, do we need to put the substituted item or the one as?
Read the,
All right,
Yeah.
let's go, clerk.
Order authorizing the mayor to terminate as a votable contract the facility management agreement with LaPerriere Jones doing business as H2Deuce Community Tennis Association for the Doherty Vest Tennis Center at Battlefield Park.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly
That's
second.
the one thinking it.
All right, questions or comments about this item?
Question. Legal. Why do you say it's a voidable contract?
Councilman
So-
Stokes, the easy answer on that is, it's a contract which may continue to a successor administration, but is not required to be continued to a successor administration. Thus, it is voidable. Some contracts are void at the outset. This contract was not void. This was a legally entered contract. However, we can void the contract at this time for any number of reasons, including the fact that it's a successor entity,
Okay.
board.
So we got, in the contract, we got language where we can void it legally.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. All right. Want to make sure we're all on the same page.
yes.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clay?
I understand we're voiding the contract. I'm not necessarily against that, but do we have somebody that's going in place at Battlefield? And who is the person that's going in place?
We have not, we're not prepared to bring a recommendation forward. However, I am in contact with an individual who lives in the community and formerly taught tennis at Jackson State University who has expressed interest in coming into the Battlefield space.
Is there a way for other people to express interest in
Yes,
going?
absolutely. If someone has interest, what I will say is that I have visited out there at Battlefield Tennis on more than one occasion at different times of day, and the current holder of the contract is not providing that service. If there's someone else who's interested, Councilwoman, please have them contact the CAO's office.
Okay, the reason I asked, I play tennis all the time. I know the
Yep.
facility and what's going on at the facility, but I know there are a lot of people in the tennis community that are interested in it. And so maybe we can have some people come forward and present proposals and we talk to them about it.
Would absolutely welcome that. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Parkinson?
Mr. President, I move to substitute.
What we substitute?
Second.
What we substitute?
If you could just,
The language as recommended by the city attorney's office.
Did you get your copy?
Okay.
is there a second?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, all right, it's been moved and properly second to substitute what's in our packet for what the city attorney just provided us, okay? Any questions or comments about
Question.
Mr. Hart, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Stokes?
Thank you.
20 minutes.
Mr. Tableson, by substituting this language, will it accomplish the things that you stated and Councilmember Clay stated in terms of opening the door for others? I come through there and I see that it's not being utilized as much as it had been over the years. So I think what you're trying to say, that we can do better.
Oh, we can absolutely do better.
And that's the overall goal and plan.
That is the goal, yes. And I think you'll see me come back to this council and ask for some additional financial support over there. But again, we want to make sure we have proper community partners. It's a lot easier for the city to invest when we have the right partners, Councilwoman Clay, Councilman Stokes, who want to partner with us. So we can do better, just like we're working on Grove Park. We can do better, and we're making progress. Thank you.
Could you also do this? Many years ago, we named that walking trail, was the Supervisor District 5, and we built it, and we named it for Dr. Anderson. Could we get some legislation on the next agenda where we can officially name it for Dr. Anderson? I know he's not here in body, but he's still here in spirit. And it's just a walking trail out there that's not being utilized, I don't think, enough. But it should have its name. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, we have this item as substituted on the floor, okay? Okay, well, we need to vote on the substitution. All in favor of the substitution? Okay, 7-0. Now we have the item as substituted on the floor. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? No, I'm gonna abstain.
601.
601. All right, thank you. Item 22.
Resolution to authorize the Jackson Municipal Airport Authority to accept the airport infrastructure grant offer number 3-28-0037-079-2026 from the United States Department of Transportation, Federal Aviation Administration, and to seek a resolution from the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi as co-sponsor for purposes directly related to the Jackson Medgar Wiley Evers International Airport under the auspices of airport improvement.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. We have our friends from the airport here.
Mr. Executive Director. Beckett.
One second. She may not even want to speak on this today. She got other folks with her. So is there anyone from the airport who would like to come and speak on this item? I know we talked about it yesterday in work session. Is there anyone, Ms. Beckett, Mr. Gator? Come on up, please. We got to get on the mic.
Good morning, Council. Rosa Beckett, the CEO of the Airport Authority. If you all have any questions, my staff is here and we can entertain any questions that you might have.
All right, Councilman Foote, and then we'll go with
Down the
Councilman
line.
Stokes, and then
Okay.
Councilman Harley.
Thank you, Ms. Beckett, for being here. And my question would be, assuming you get this grant of $3 million, what it's going to be spent on, the particulars, if you can.
We have been awarded the grant of over $3 million, and it is to improve apron lighting at Jackson Medgar. And so this process is actually to accept the grant.
Okay, so that apron, that's part of the runway, I guess?
That's around the terminal. If you all may have been noticing in the media about the safety on the airfield and around the terminal, this will allow us to better light the terminal for the movement of aircraft and/or vehicles around the terminal on the air side.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Stokes?
Thank you. My request is a simple request that between now and maybe the next couple of weeks, that you will brief council members on the status of this lawsuit. What has happened over the years is that council has been left in the dark. We vote on things. For the first time, I went through the airport and saw where we spend all this money in Rankin County, that the city of Jackson don't get a dime of. We the one voted for all the improvements. We the one listened to, I know you wasn't there, I'm not saying it was you, but it just seemed like we getting shortchanged. Rankin County is benefiting those little old cities, getting all the sales tax. The capital city of Jackson get nothing, not a penny. And what they did to us is absolutely wrong. But we can't change that, but we need to know the status of this lawsuit. We don't need to let the TV cameras tell us. We don't need reporters. Somebody need to let us know what's going on, who doing what, are there any settlement offers. Don't leave the council in the dark, and then the citizens ask us what's going on, and we don't have a clue. Please. Thank you, Mr. President.
And we will take note of that, and I do have my general counsel here, so we'll follow up with the city council and the city to provide an appropriate brief.
Thank you, Mr. Harley.
Yeah, I think you answered, you satisfied my question. Yesterday, we were trying to figure out exactly where the money was going to go in the grant. So the apron,
Yes.
lighting.
And again, thank you all to the city council members. As we go after these grants, we often contact you all for support letters, and you all have been very supportive in our pursuit of these dollars.
Thank you so much. Any more questions or comments by item 22? Hearing none, all in favor?
Thank you.
7-0. Thank you. 23.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute agreements and related documents to allow a member of the JPD to serve on the Hinds County Child Abuse Response Multidisciplinary Team.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's moved and properly second. I know we got a lot of clarity on this yesterday. Are there any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0. Thank you. 24.
Resolution authorizing the city through the Chief Administrative Officer and the Department of Public Works to support efforts to identify railroad crossing for elimination and to pursue federal funding under the U.S. DOT Railroad Crossing Elimination Program FY 2026 NOFO.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. I know we talked about this briefly yesterday. Any more questions or comments?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Davidson, with this item, if it's approved, it specifically named the Chief Administrative Officer. And I'm saying that because we still hope that that viaduct, that Walter Welch and Livingston Road can and will be open. Late last year, they told us it was a hearing hell. Council know anything about it. Or we would have been there, citizens would have been there. While you looking at locations, can you dig deep into what's the status of the viaduct on Walter Dutch Welch Drive? The whole area after they closed the viaduct slowly start dying. If there's any way we can resurrect this lawsuit or discussion or whatever would need to be done, please let's do it. Give us some hope in that area, because it's amazing how a simple thing as a viaduct is the difference between life and death. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0. Thank you. 25.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi in support of protection of Jackson citizens through expeditious removal of dead and/or harmful trees that obstruct the right-of-way.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second. Mr. Stokes?
Thank you so much. I didn't see the young man. I kept looking for him. He had a tree in front of his home. Public Works Director came out, and I want to thank him for his hard work. But around the corner, a tree fell on a home. God bless that family, didn't die. Then the next week, we had rain and water, and a tree fell again in that same area on a house. They're afraid because these trees are older and they're falling. And the problem we're witnessing is that it is citywide. Throughout this whole city, they're on the right of way. And I know we don't have the money to cut them off, but we got to give some priorities before someone is hurt or killed. It's our responsibility. Now, what we did in the past, and I hope we'll do it again, we got Hinds County to help us. We're paying 70% of the county taxes from the city of Jackson. So we're paying the majority of the county taxes. Surely they can help this city with life-saving measures, such as cutting down older trees, dying trees on right-of-ways. They can help us give some of our tax money back, especially talking about saving lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0. 26.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi in support of mounting the portraits and/or names of former and current council members in the designated area in Jackson City Hall.
So moved.
Second.
That's moved and properly second. Mr. Stokes?
Mr. President, they had told us years ago when we voted on this item that we were going to put in the council chamber. Our clerk, who was wise for the years, and we should have language saying with the discretion, understanding of the clerk, where we can all work together. If these walls are so old that they can't hold them, then we don't need to do anything to hurt this building. And I think the clerk is looking for other places. But I placed this item on the agenda because I don't do Facebook, but someone showed me where Councilman Bo Brown is extremely sick, and I want to thank the Omegas for going to his bed and taking something to him. I just know that it would mean so much, I won't say past tense, it would mean so much to him if he had his picture in City Hall in his name, as the clerk is saying, in the chamber. We lost Louis Armstrong. You know, his family and others would appreciate it. Durwood Boys is gone. Luther Rome is gone. It's only a few that's left from the original council members from 1985. Anything we can do for council members, because there's been a lot of great council members over the years who always put this city first. And we must do anything we can to preserve their legacy. And that's why I placed this item on the agenda. Again, it's gonna take the city clerk, the mayor, and everybody working together to create this avenue where it'll be something that will make the city feel good about everything. Not something that hurt the city. Not something that will destroy an old building that was built in, 1822? And that's what this item would do. Thank you.
All right, any more questions? Mrs. Foot?
Thank you, Mr. President. My question is, it says in the designated area. Has that been determined, or is this?
Discretion of the clerk.
So they'll designate the area to put the pictures up?
Yeah, because when we first voted, we were gonna put it in the council chamber. But because of the age of the building, it was brought to the clerk and others' attention that you can't really put things on the wall. So they found one place on the second floor, but what she's saying we might could do for the walls is put the names. Put the names.
Oh, just the names, not the picture.
Yeah, not in the council chamber, I think. Now, I don't want to put words in her mouth.
Okay.
Ms. Clay?
Can we not hang them from the ceiling and let them rest against the wall and they not have weight on the wall?
I'll do the care and maintenance and see.
All right. Any more questions, comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor?
Thank you, Mr. President, and I hope we'll keep praying for Councilman Bo Brown. He's not gone anywhere. You know, Bo a fighter. He is a fighter, but Lewis is gone. A few weeks ago, they had Lewis' funeral. And Mr. Mayor, I saw you there, and thank you for being there, because we all got that appointment one day, and we got to answer that call. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, let's go ahead and move to discussions. Item 27, update on curfew.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, the curfew is currently in effect. And I put it on the agenda so that we can find anything we can do to work with the chief. Chief only been here a short period of time. And a lot of these young people, I was coming by Meg Evans Boulevard about 1 or 2 last night, and there are 4 young people sitting on the curb. And I asked the security guard at the service station, they said they walked from the Texaco to that store. School is out, and we've all been young. You know how easy trouble is to get in and how hard it is to get out. We got to get these young people off these streets late at night, early in the morning. And the problem we ran into before is that when these police officers try to take them home, because the first offense is a warning, you take them home, ain't nobody at home. Some mamas on drugs, some daddies are absent, and these kids making the wrong decision, and they putting their life in danger. And as you heard the new state law, they're not making excuses for children any longer. They got them guns. They're involved in any kind of wrongdoing. They're not going to youth court. They're going to adult court. And can't you see 10, 11, 12-year-old in there with those old men? And for those who don't understand that judge and that court system, it ain't nothing nice for children with old men. Ain't no sympathy. Ain't no such thing as I'm young. They're gonna bump your head. We gotta do what we can to get them off these streets, and we gotta listen to this chief. She's seen things we haven't seen. whether it's drones, whatever she's trying to recommend, let's pay attention. Let's try to work with it to save these young people's lives so they can go back to school next month. Because some of them not. Young child we praying for every day was in a car accident, just graduated from high school and dead today. It's up to us to try to give help to these young people so they'll have birthdays and can get old. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments? All right. Now, Mr. Stokes, don't rush us back to school next month now. We need a little time.
It's July, right?
We just got out. I'm not ready to hear that right now.
We just go back in September.
That's trigger language.
I'm not that old now.
No, we can go back in September. All right, item 28, libraries, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Most of that was done with Ms. Tisdale. We discussed it. Any monies, we need to find any monies we can find to find out where the money for Tisdale Library went and how we can get more money to these libraries that's down. I do want to try to get Priscilla Teal, Mr. My name on the library board, and we'll get my office, get something to your office sometime today. These libraries are so important to all of this city because it's a number of people, old and young, without computers. They needed it to try to find jobs. They need it for all kind of means and measures. A library. Something simple, a simple word that everybody have gotten used to. But in Jackson, we allow a lot of libraries to die. A lot of them are just closed forever. And children, old people, everybody need a library. We fought to put computers in libraries because it's something that everybody can go to. Open door pods. Come on to the library. Come read a book. You know, I learned that, I know they don't use anymore, the Dewey Decimal system under John Ella Jordan at the Meg Evans Library. She said, oh my God. Now, ain't that old. She's still living. But I'm telling you, these libraries, let them go to college and see, don't you go to the library. When you, for your education, you go into that library. And it's good to use it now. That's why we got to keep libraries open in this city. We need to be talking about building more libraries instead of closing libraries. But again, I want to thank Ms. Alice Tisdale for caring. She brought a formula that we weren't used to. She said, let's take the money from Tisdale and let's spread it to all the libraries. That is so unselfish. I care about all people, whether young or old, being able to go to the library. Thank you for being so unselfish, Ms. Tisdale. We're going to find out with Ms. Jillian help where the money, how much money, where it went to, because you can't tell me money can walk. There's no money tree. They sold that library. I know that. And I know it was some insurance money from when they got flooded in the books. So who got the money? Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Foote, item 29.
Thank you, Mr. President. The discussion item is fire hydrants. We had another fire this past week in Ward 1 where fortunately, the family was out of town, but the fire trucks got there, the firefighters got there, only to have a struggle with getting fire hydrant operational and functional to be able to deliver, the water onto the fire. And it's frustrating to me, it's frustrating to the citizens. That's the third fire that we've had this year in Ward 1 where there was complications with getting water out of the fire hydrants and finding the functional fire hydrant to fight the fire. And, I don't know all the particular details of all those different fires, but we've got to come up with a plan where we're, we know where the good fire hydrants are, they're functioning, and that we can, take advantage of the, we've spent all this money on fire trucks and firefighters, and they're ready to go, and they hustle out there. But if they get there and then there's no water through the fire hydrant, it can be all for naught. So I think it's imperative, and if the chief wants to speak to it right now, or we can talk later, or come up with a meeting where we can brainstorm about something where we don't have these things where the firefighters get there and then they, don't have the water to fight the fire. Yes, sir.
Elliot Holmes, Deputy Fire Chief. Relating to the particular fire that you are talking about, the issue with that, it wasn't that the hydrant didn't have any water on it. It was that the 5-inch cap was painted shut. And so because of that, they chose to catch the hydrant that was located in another area. And one thing we need to know that our trucks always have water on them, a minimum of 500 gallons.
Okay.
And so, but also you stated that we check hydrants at least twice a year, and we report those discrepancies. So if there's any discrepancies, we relay that on to Jackson Water, and then they get back with us in a timely manner to whether or not they corrected that issue. And that particular hydrant, they came out and they was able to get the cap off. Sometimes I understand the public may want to paint the hydrants and make them look pretty, but that's not always a good thing because they are actually painted shut. And that can delay our extinguisher, but at the same time, we practice on troubleshooting. In that case, it was a case where we had to get water from another location.
We thank you for those details. Do we need to set up an ordinance that the people are not allowed to paint fire hydrants? If that makes them non-functional, then that's a very serious matter. That should not be a venue for painting stuff and making decorations or whatever. It's there to fight fires. So do we need to set up an ordinance so that the people can't go paint the fire hydrants?
I don't think we need to set up an ordinance because then we're gonna get to the fact now we bringing residents to court for painting the hydrant. So we can police that in a way, like we said, we go out and we actually inspect those hydrants. And we find that they have been painted over, then we'll get Jackson Water to get the tool to actually open it, and we'll go from there. But I don't think we should go that route.
So I guess something I'd like to follow up with you and Chief Thomas later on is I have a real issue with with Jackson Water being in charge of the fire hydrant.
I have that same issue.
They shouldn't be in charge of that because Judge Wingate's above us to begin with, so we can't go down and hold him accountable if he's the CEO of Jackson Water. I think we should be responsible for the fire hydrants. And
When you say
we being the
responsible,
city of Jackson.
Okay, we're talking about the maintenance and repair.
That's
What
okay.
they are responsible for, the maintenance and repair. And when the city had that on us, Public Works used to do the maintenance and repair. Now, we can't hold them accountable if they don't have the hydrants repaired in a timely manner because the city also adopted, when you adopt the IFC, that's a part of city ordinance. So just like any private company with a private hydrant, we hold them accountable also when they have inoperable hydrants.
Okay, right. Well, I think this needs further discussion and see if we can come up with a solution because I mean, the chief of police, she needs ammunition for all her policemen. And that's how they fight bad guys, is with ammunition in their guns. And water is the ammunition for the firefighters. And we cannot let somebody else control our ammunition if we're going to go out there and fight fires. And I'll just leave it at that. And I look forward to further discussions. Thank you.
Okay.
We can add this to the Parks and Public Safety Committee meeting that's coming up. Mr. Parkinson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was listening to what you were saying. Did you say that they went back out to the particular fire that Mr. Foote mentioned and they were able to get the fire hydrant open?
Yes, because they had the tools. It's like something that's able to channel wrench. Like
When did that happen?
that same day.
The same day? Can we just carry those tools on the fire trucks?
When you say carry those tools,
Did we give them our tools? Because
we have hydrant wrench, okay, and sometimes when we have a hydrant that's difficult to open like that, we are able to use what you call a cheater bar and actually get it open. But this particular time, because of, I guess, an emergency situation, and not to try to damage the hydrant anymore, we chose to catch another hydrant. But to answer your question, yeah, those would be something that's great, but at the same time, it still takes some time. And, you know, we
Sure.
work off.
But I just want to make sure I understand this. So there was a fire in the middle of the night. The fire department went out there, could not get the fire hydrant opened. But then that same day, the Jackson Water was able to get it open?
Yes, they had the tool to get it open, because not only did the firefighters that particular night couldn't get it open, we came out along with myself and we tried to get it open. We couldn't. That's when we realized that it was painted shut. So that's when we contacted Jackson Water to let them know that, hey, we got a cap that cannot open. And they came out in a timely manner. And,
If they could get it popped open right away, then I hope that we could get the tools that we can get it popped open right away. And I hope that we're not worried about damaging the fire hydrant when we have a house on fire.
Well, if you damage the fire hydrant, then it's not gonna work. So you do wanna open it in a way where you don't damage it, you can still hook up to it and utilize it. And I'm not gonna say that they just came out and popped it open. All I'm gonna say is that they were able to open it when we asked them to come out.
I suggest that the city of Jackson buy a tool for every fire truck in the city of Jackson. We are not that desperate for money. If we're gonna risk somebody's house burning down versus a tool, that makes no sense. Second thing, I think, and I know that Judge Wingate will work with us on fire hydrants. I think it's sad for us to sit in here and talk about whose responsibility, when you're talking about a fire, a life can be lost. The most valuable thing you own is a house. Fires spread, okay? So we shouldn't even be discussing something that can be handled. And we know knowingly, I'm not an attorney, but I know that there is a way to get communications and work together. And I know Jackson Water is not just letting fire hydrants not work. I don't think they would be at that point of liability, accepting liability to say, hey, I'm causing injury to Jackson. And I think we just need to get together and form a committee or do something or get legal or somebody, because what we're saying has affected the whole city. We had houses to burn down in Tougaloo and there was no water. We've had houses throughout the city to burn
Citywide.
down with no water, okay? So it's time for us to stop pointing our fingers and blaming others and work as a team and make it work, because we've lost our fire rating of a 3. We've gone to a 4. So we have no more excuses in the city of Jackson with the fire department.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. President, I think we all agree with the statement that was just made. It's got to be a working relationship when we got Sid and these other agencies. We cannot allow people to, homes to die, well, allow people homes to be burned down or people to die because of equipment that some have and some don't have. The prime example I see every day is when you go down Highway 80 and Ellis Avenue, the drug activity, prostitution, and all of that, and that's supposed to be Capitol Police. The city of Jackson and Capitol Police must come together where there's crime to eliminate it. Instead of working against each other, they got to work together. And that's what's got to happen with the fire department and Jackson Water. They got to work together to make sure these citizens are safe. Some of the locations where there are breaks in the street that should have been repaired timely, not being done timely. And the quality of work is not as good as what the city was doing over the years. But we got to find a win-win instead of win-loss, you know, because it's the citizens who's losing. So, you know, I share the concerns of my colleagues that whatever tool need to be on every truck, you need to have it. period. And we shouldn't have to call Jackson Water and ask them, do y'all have this too? You know, and it sound bad. It sound bad for citizens to hear that, and, cause we didn't know. Cause the first thing they're gonna say is the council fault. Y'all should have been about them that too. Well, how we gonna back, we don't know. But anyway, I think y'all doing a good job. It was easier when the city had the whole package. Y'all used to come out, identify plugs that need to be repaired, public works used to go fix them. One shot. But now, it's a different thing that everybody's saying y'all need to work through. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Don't think we don't.
Even-
But at the same time, we know we can buy too.
Even when
Okay.
we had,
I appreciate you, appreciate it.
even when we
Appreciate you.
had the hydrants though, could they still get it open? Like that doesn't remove the fact that they didn't have the tool that they needed to get the hydrant open. And we need to make sure that they get it open, whether we have it or not. They didn't have the tool to get it open. How much is the tool?
I don't know this particular tool, but let's not stress on the fact that we're saying that we don't have the tool. We have hydrant wrenches to actually get the cap open. But this particular hydrant, because of the severity of it, that it was painted shut, it's time consuming to get it off. That's why hydrants are located like 300 feet apart. They decided to catch the other hydrant, which had the necessary water that they need on it. So it's not the fact that you say we don't have the tools to open up. We operate off emergency with time. Time is everything. We're not gonna sit there and just struggle on that particular hydrant to get it open. We're gonna go to the next hydrant, and that's what we did, and that's why we was able to extinguish this particular fire.
Okay. Mr. Foote.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll make one final comment. Firefighting is a very dangerous occupation, and it's even more dangerous if they don't have access to water. It's just that simple, I think. It makes their job much more difficult and dangerous if they don't have access to water to go fight the fires. Thank you.
All right.
Cannot recruit listening to this conversation.
All right, Mr. Hartley.
Yeah, I appreciate all the conversation, and I concur with everything. And I think we can just simply say, fix it, okay? Between Jackson Fire Department and Jackson Water, fix it. The other thing is, if we have groups out there that are doing painting, perhaps we can come out with some information to provide to those groups, or just give it to the council folks and we'll provide it. If you want to do a project or something, if there are guidelines, let us know. We'll share it with the public. We already know you're going to have rust issues. We already know you're going to have paint issues. That's going to complicate your job. So let's just work together here. Let's just fix it and work together.
Well, we'd like for them not to paint it all. Because,
Okay, then that's what we need to
Our
do.
hydrants have certain colored caps on it to let us know what's the GPM, what's the flow. So we prefer you not to.
Okay, you can get a statement to the council and we'll disseminate it among our communities.
Thank
Now, before you go, and I know we got some special people in this room, the hydrant in my front yard was recently repainted by Jackson Water.
Did they paint the cap, the top?
It's red.
It's red, okay. Red mean, I tell you,
Well, I need you to come and see if it's gonna work. Can y'all get it open?
I tell you why the cap is red.
I think that's the only one on the street.
About you. Well, you might need to know why the cap is red.
Okay. All right, my insurance already went up now.
Give us some information to provide to the community, okay?
No problem.
All right, colleagues, we're gonna go, yes, sir.
The Carson incident was an unusual situation because of the painted hydrant. But the larger issue is that our fire department does regular inspections, and they share with Jackson Water whether there's enough pressure in these hydrants, and then it's left up to Jackson Water to take action that will rectify the situation. Everybody's concerned about this. And we also know that we're having regular conversations with Jackson Water, and I've directed CEO Tableson to raise up the level of conversation with Jackson Water about some of these fire hydrants that don't work when they should. And so Mr. Tableson is going to give me a report and give the council a report as to what remediation that will need to take place that will offer a more robust and effective firefighting situation that is the responsibility of Jackson Water. So we'll get back with you all as soon as we have those conversations.
All right, thank you. Item 30, we got two resolutions, colleague.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President.
We got to get on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you're ready.
Go on.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, recognizing and commending Jim Hill High School, its leadership, counselors, educators, and scholars for outstanding academic excellence, scholarship achievement, and dedication to scholar success.
Bobby Brown, so moved.
All right, so moving properly. Well, no.
Bobby.
Mr. Stokes, don't be throwing us off. All right, Councilman Hartley, if you please proceed.
The Bobby Brown, my hero.
We also have Dr. Lakeisha Marshall Thomas here, who's the Assistant Superintendent of
My
High Schools.
hero.
Come on up, Doc.
Looking younger and younger.
We're just getting older. Folks, it is my pleasure to present the leadership team with the Jackson Police, excuse me. Yes, I'm excited. Okay?
You nervous?
With
Miss Thomas
the
do that to you.
Jackson Police, Jackson Public Schools, Jim Hill edition. And we got great administrators and teachers all around, but this is kind of special. Today, we want to recognize Jim Hill High School for their, first of all, we want to recognize the leadership. And Ms. Sabrina will be reading the resolution. After that, we want all the students to come up in order by last name, and we want to present individual resolutions to them as well.
Amen.
Yes, please go ahead.
Scholarship is more than financial support. It is a recognition of hard work, perseverance, and the promise of future leadership. Whereas Jim Hill High School, a proud and historic institution located in Ward 5 of the city of Jackson, Mississippi, has long served as a cornerstone of educational excellence for students, families, and the broader Jackson community. And whereas the Jackson City Council recognizes that strong schools help build strong neighborhoods, strengthen families, and create a brighter future for the city of Jackson, and that the achievements of Jim Hill High School reflect the dedication of its scholars, families, educators, counselors, administrators, and community supporters. And whereas the Jackson Public School class of 2026, consisting of 1,392 graduates, demonstrated outstanding academic achievement by earning $65,404,367 in scholarships offers from colleges and universities across the nation. And whereas Jim Hill High School led the Jackson Public School class of 2026 in scholarship achievement, with its scholars earning $33,543,603 in scholarships offers, the highest total earned by any high school in the district. And,
Amen. I bet.
and whereas Jim Hill's high school class of 2026 includes 244 graduating scholars, a projected graduation rate of 94%, approximately 45% graduating with honors, and 41% graduating with specialized endorsement, reflecting the school's continued commitment to academic excellence, college readiness, and career preparation. And whereas Jim Hill High School also produced 14 outstanding scholars in the class of 2026, who collectively earned $15,234,306.53 in scholarships offered, and achieved a group ACT average of 25. And among the scholars, 8 were recognized as $1 million scholars, each earning more than $1 million in scholarship offers, and 10 recognized as Jim Hill's High School Top 10 Scholars, a distinction based on grade point average, ranking among the top scholars in the graduating class and credit courses taken toward graduation. And whereas the Jackson City Council recognizes and commends the leadership and dedication of Principal Bobby Brown, Scholarship Coordinator Frank Branch, Senior Counselor Dr. Edna Sampson, Adrian Fleeman Jackson of JPS Tougaloo Early College Program, Superintendent Dr. Eric L. Green, and Jackson Public School leadership team for their unwavering commitment to scholar success. And whereas these accomplishments bring great pride to Jim Hill High School, Ward 5, Jackson Public Schools, the city of Jackson, and the entire community, and serve as a powerful reminder of what can be achieved when young people are supported, encouraged, and empowered to exceed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi hereby recognizes and commends Jim Hill High School for its outstanding scholarship achievements, academic excellence, exceptional graduation outcomes, honors and endorsement accomplishments, $1 million scholars, top 10 scholars, and continued dedication to prepare scholars for future success, done this second day of June 2026.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to first say thank you to the council for this recognition. Thank you, Mr. Hartley, for bringing this forward and continuously supporting what we do at Jim Hill High School. I would like to say that the scholarships that we receive at Jim Hill High School is a community approach to the scholarship process. My direct supervisor, she pushes me to push teachers to assist students in getting the highest ACT scores that they can receive, as well as doing well in their classes. You heard about the Tougaloo J-Tech. That's a brain trust of my boss, Lakeisha Marshall-Thomas. She's done an amazing job in leading those efforts for us as a district, and of course, Dr. Green supports those efforts. But the direct work goes to Frank Branch. Frank Branch is a person at Jim Hill that he's going to email parents, he's going to email the scholars continuously. I mean, you think those spam folk can call you. Major Branch calls and emails the parents, and then once he does that with his work, then that's when the families come into play. That's when the mothers and fathers, grandmothers, uncles and aunts work with the children, and then they push their own children. And many of the children that we're going to recognize today, they apply for these scholarships themselves. They, in their youthfulness, push themselves to a higher calling. And so, you know, they are the true heroes today. The young ladies that are here with us today, a young man that couldn't be with us, they chose to stay up late at night filling out scholarship information. They chose to email Major Branch back. They chose to come into the office to meet with him, even when it wasn't their turn. But they were advocating for themselves, and they were advocating for their independence, because I always tell them, in America, you're not free until you're financially independent.
Come on.
And so these young folk are fighting for their true freedom in America. So I am so proud to be their principal. And I always tell them, we're the best. We're better than the rest. We are the mighty, mighty Tigers. Have a productive day. Hold on, big brother. Hold on, big brother.
Dr. Branch, if you don't mind, just a few minutes, a few moments. If you have
Well, Mr. Brown have said everything. I heard those students back there when they said I'm worse than those scam folks. And they always trying to hide from me because they know if I ask them to provide me some information, if they do not come to me, I'm going to find them.
That's right.
And they know that. So if I send an email to you and asking you to provide some information back, your best out is to find me as early as you can, because I definitely will find you. I'm very proud of each and every one of them. And not only is this the first year that we have led the district, but actually we have led the district in scholarship offers in the school in the surrounding area 22 of the last 23 years.
All right, come on.
And we're looking to do even better next year. No doubt about it. Thank you all very much.
Amen.
And there's a reason that I'm not reading these things, obviously. Confused Jackson Public Schools with JPD. But next, I'd like to call up Miss Chloe Robinson. Miss Chloe Robinson, please.
Amen.
Councilman Harley, would it be okay for them to just line up here in the front?
Yes.
and-
Oh. Miss Chloe Robinson.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, honoring and commending Chloe Robinson for outstanding academic achievement, scholarship success, civic engagement, and exemplary representation of Jim Hill High School and Jackson Public Schools. Your hard work, perseverance, and dedication have not only earned scholarships, but have opened doors to limitless possibilities. Proof of that, when talent meets determination, dreams become reality. Whereas the Jackson City Council takes pride in recognizing students whose academic excellence, leadership, character, and service bring honor to their families, schools, communities, and the city of Jackson. And whereas Chloe Robinson, a scholar of Jim Hill High School and Jackson Public School, has distinguished herself as an exceptional student, earning $3,860,216 in scholarship offers and receiving acceptance to approximately 60 colleges and universities nationwide. And whereas Chloe Robinson is a $1 million scholar and a Jim Hill High School top 10 scholar, a distinction reflecting her academic excellence and ranking among the top students in her graduating class. And whereas Chloe has accepted a full scholarship to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, where she will pursue biology pre-med with a minor in psychology, continue toward her goal of becoming a neurosurgeon. And whereas Chloe has been a consistent A student and participated in the Tougaloo Early College High School program while remaining actively involved at Jim Hill High School through extracurricular activities. And whereas Chloe has demonstrated outstanding leadership, service, and school pride as a 4-year cheerleader and captain, as well as through her involvement in student government and civic engagement with Black Youth Vote, including voter registration and youth advocacy. And whereas Chloe Robinson is admired not only for her academic achievement, but also for her character, faith, maturity, love of learning, and dedication to honoring the legacy of her late father, Michael Robinson. And whereas Chloe's accomplishments reflect the promise, talent, and brilliance of Jackson's young people and serve as an inspiration to students throughout Ward 5, the city of Jackson, and beyond. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Jackson City Council hereby honors and commends Chloe Robinson for her extraordinary achievement, academic achievement, scholarship success, leadership, civic engagement, and exemplary representation of Jim Hill High School, Tougaloo Early College High School, Jackson Public Schools, in the city of Jackson, done this second day of June 2026.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you for the resolution, City Council. It is an honor to be recognized by you all. And I want to thank my mother over there,
All right.
Miss
all
Phaedra
right.
Robinson, right there in the yellow shirt. Yeah.
All right.
This couldn't have been done without her. And just the support from everyone over here. A lot of these people are near and dear to my heart, and a lot of these, they pushed me throughout this process to be able to succeed and do all that I've done this year. So just, thank you.
$3.8 million offers from 60 universities and colleges, going full ride to Spelman.
Doctor.
Amazing.
Doctor.
Doctor. Yes,
Doctor.
yes, yes.
35 on ACT.
35.
Whoa.
Chloe,
Perfect.
And last but not least, I'd like to recognize other $1 million scholars as well as top 10 scholars for Jim Hill High School as well. And I'll read out the names. They have their resolutions. Basically, it's going to say, recognizing them as a scholar at Jim Hill High School has demonstrated outstanding academic excellence, discipline, perseverance, and commitment to future success. And it will note how much they gain in scholarship or recognize them for being a top 10 scholar. And we just want to, again, take this time to recognize all the students that just high achievement. And council, this is not for Ward 5, it's only, this is a statement about the city of Jackson.
That's right.
You know, just happen to be in Ward 5. but I'll read out the names, please. We have, first of all, Zanaya Campbell, recognized as $1 Million Scholar. That's you, right? We got everybody lined up good. Recognized $1 Million Scholar and Jim Hill High School top 10 scholars earning $1.5 million in scholarship offers.
Come on around the front.
Right.
Come on around the front.
Janiyah Carter. Yes, come on down front, please. Janiyah Carter. Recognized as Jim Hill top 10 scholars earning $633,000 in scholarship offers. Ms. Janiyah, congratulations. Kira Green, recognized as $1 Million Scholar earning $1.2 million in scholarship offers. Nadia. Okay, I am Moore. Valedictorian? Okay.
All right.
Recognized as $1 Million Scholar, Jim Hill High School top 10 scholars, and a valedictorian of the Jim Hill High School class of 2026, earning $1.2 million in scholarship offers.
Number 1.
Okay, Munger's, okay. Layla Williams, recognized as $1 Million Scholar, earning $1,021,538 in scholarship offer. Congratulations.
Amen.
And Ms. Zoe.
Congratulations.
Okay, we have you already. And Ms. Wilson. Okay. Emily Wilson, recognized. Okay, and Ms. Jen Hill. Okay, you guys want to help me out here? What else? She did it all, okay? Okay, hold on. I will read this, though. Ms. Wilson, recognized as $1 Million Scholar, Jim Hill High School top 10 scholar, and a salutator. It's easy for y'all to say. Okay, of the Jim Hill High School class of 2026, earning $1.2 million in scholarship offers.
All right.
And family members, where's family members? Let's give them a round of applause, please. This is awesome for the city of Jackson. Awesome for the city of Jackson, and we certainly appreciate it. Let's get some pictures. Can we get a picture? Yes.
Little Dr. Thomas.
There you go, sir.
My hero. Big brother.
Brown. Colleagues, as we're wrapping this up, I do want to say that JPS celebrated 1,392 graduates, and the district, this class of 2026, brought in a combined $65.4 million in scholarships. Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for coming today. Mr. Bobby Brown. Yes, sir.
Mr. President, I want to thank Councilman Hartley for showing great leadership. You know, we tell people all the time the way out of poverty is through education. It's a lot of people that wanted to be honored, but he stressed education. We got to keep telling these young people, stay in school. Stay in school, and we can guarantee you success. And I think Dr. Thomas, I remember when she was at Provine. Man, this lady she's first class when it comes to education. Bobby Brown, and then they bring in the gentleman from the military. That's why I tell anybody, that military, ain't nothing wrong with the military, it's the right way to go. They are successful. But again, Councilman Hartley, job well done. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Parkinson.
Thank you. I want to extend my continued congratulations to Ms. Robinson, and also I hope she has so much fun in Atlanta. I hope she learns a lot, and then I hope she'll come back to Jackson. We have wonderful medical programs here in Jackson, and we can certainly use her talent here.
Amen. All right. Thank you, Councilman Hartley. Reports, item 32.
Monthly report of privileged taxes as required according to Section 27-17-501 of the Mississippi Code annotated of 1972.
All right. Show of hands, you got your reports. I saw I'm going to email everybody. All right. Very good. Announcements. Mr. Mayor.
On yesterday at the council work session, you all received the news from our city attorney that we had gotten a ruling.
Hold on, Mayor. We can't hear. All right. Thank you. Put a mic up just a little bit more.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Is that okay? Clerk, you got
As
it?
I was saying at the work session yesterday, our city attorney, Drew Martin, gave the council the news that the federal court had basically ruled in favor of the city's opposition to House Bill 1677. And that's an important ruling. The decisions made by the court are very encouraging to us that our future control of our water and wastewater program is at least still alive, and that the court agreed with the city's assertion and this administration's assertion that the state legislature had overstepped its bounds as it relates to the future control of the water system. And I just want to publicly say that in concert with our Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Peter Tableson, Drew Martin did an outstanding job by representing the city, especially in the last appearance before the court on this matter. And I just wanted to publicly commend Mr. Tableson and Mr. Martin for their efforts. Thank you.
Ms. Parkinson.
Thank you. Saturday is a very busy day in Ward 7 and across Jackson. In the morning, there's going to be the Joy Spreaders 5K. They are raising money for a park in Fondren. It's going to be a very, very fun event, so I encourage everyone to come run that Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, the Fondren neighborhood is hosting their annual Bottle Tree Tour. I encourage people to check that out. And then Saturday evening, Boondocks, the barbecue joint in Bellhaven, is hosting a singles night event. So singles of Jackson can check out Boondocks and find true love and some pretty delicious elote corn.
So you can eat brisket and get a date at the same time. All right. Any more announcements?
Yes,
Mr.
sir, Mr.
Stokes?
President, thank you. On Sunday, Mr. President, we're gonna have live music and DJs at Battlefield Park. We're getting ready to kick off Juneteenth. It's gonna be a month of activities. in celebration of Juneteenth, and we just want to kick it off at Battlefield Park. Hopefully, we can get the signs up for Dr. Anderson from the walking trail for many, many years ago. Hope we'll close in honor of Mr. Deacon Leon Rankin Sr., Mr. Timothy Bright, Mrs. Florida Mae Davis, Jason Davis, mother baseball player, Mr. Thomas Pal, Watermelon Man Williams Sr. And we want to make sure everyone is invited for next Saturday, the Meg Edwards Parade plus Father's Day Parade. You know, we have a lot of great fathers. You know, we love mama now. I don't want to get nothing twisted. But we have had a lot of great fathers. Fathers, y'all need to come out in the parade. And, you know, it started at Freedom Corner. I think it started at 1 o'clock. We're going to start lining up at 12. You know, bring your father. You don't want to ride or walk it. But these great fathers that's been out here and did the right thing, even though one or two bad fathers try to give all fathers a bad name. But some of these fathers need to be patted on the back because they have done the right thing over the years. And we're getting ready for Father's Day. So next Saturday, we'll have a parade in conjunction with Medgar Evers' homecoming parade that Charles Evers started. We started last year honoring fathers. And we want to tell everybody, all the fathers, Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. President, quick update on 3 important bridge projects in the city. Councilwoman Clay in Ward 2, the Beasley Road Bridge Project. We anticipate construction beginning this week. Councilman Stokes, with respect to the MLK Bridge Project, notice to proceed has been issued. There's a pre-construction meeting scheduled for June 8th, and construction should begin June 15th. Councilwoman Clay, about 90 days on the Beasley Road project, so Labor Day-ish. Councilman Stokes, about 120 days on the MLK Bridge, a little more involved, so October-ish. President
Like
Griselle.
the Coleman Street Bridge, I think the county is doing that one.
I will check.
Okay, and I know they keep talking about Mays Street. I think
Okay.
the county trying to do it, but they bogging it down. They really need to turn it over to the city and get done a lot quicker and a lot better.
May Street is on our radar as well, and I will check on Coleman Street. President Griselle, Mayor instructed yesterday that we make Shaw Road Bridge the same type of priority as we have with the MLK Bridge.
Can you say this a little bit louder?
Yesterday, the mayor instructed Public Works Director Lorenzo Anderson and myself as CAO to make Shaw Road Bridge an immediate priority, the same way that we have made MLK and Beasley Road bridges a priority. This morning, Director Anderson and I met. I have identified a funding source. We're going to ask you to pay for it out of modernization funds. Director Anderson, I have instructed him to put this out for bid at the earliest possible date. So I wanted to update 2, 3, and 4 with respect to important bridge projects in your wards.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I want to thank Dr. Charles Thurman. Had his 20th church anniversary, Greater Harvest. And they had Bishop Kruger was the speaker. Hadn't heard Bishop in quite some time speak, but he did a wonderful job. And Councilman Parkinson was there, and I had to leave before everything was over because I was late for another activity. Went to the thing in West Jackson where they had the 601 day, and the Omegas was over there. So busy day for a man who's trying to get around. Thank you so much.
They did a mortgage burning as well, Mr. Stokes. Fantastic day for the church.
And I want to thank Miss Jones for lending me her reading glasses. I rushed and left mine. So.
I kept wondering where the flowers came from. I wasn't judging you, but I was that was a really floral. That was, Is there anything else to come before this body? Hearing none, we